Hey, my name's Jay Malone. I am the owner of Passive Profits, and I read each week's newsletter posts because, as much as I like to write, I actually prefer listening to content. So, without further ado, I'm going to read to you today's post, and if you like this feature, let me know. Give me a quick reply so that I keep doing it. Okay, here we go. In November of 2017, a sales expert shared a business growth technique with me that forever changed the trajectory of my company. If you sell high-ticket services, today's post will be particularly interesting to learn and apply. We're covering how not to grow your business, take my word for it, an effective growth strategy that you're not using yet, wedge products that create growth flywheels, find your wedge with a simple framework, free framework templates included below. Let's do it. The simple growth strategy you're not using. Hope is not a strategy. In 2017, I was 7 years into running my consulting business and still had no idea how to sell or grow a business. I hadn't set up any proper marketing or sales systems. If I'm being honest, I had been winging it the whole time. I kept the company alive through a thinly veiled strategy of word-of-mouth referrals and impeccable timing. In other words, my growth strategy was hope. But of course, hope is not a strategy. When hope randomly delivered for us, opportunities landed in my lap weeks before we ran out of cash. Otherwise, my growth quote-unquote strategy was to send out a flurry of copy-paste emails to drum up business for our high-ticket services. This tactic never worked. In fact, it worked against us. My customers became attuned that they'd hear from me mostly when I wanted something from them, and so they learned to ignore me. This constant cycle of feast or famine, more the latter, led to years of sleepless nights and burnout. This wasn't only a problem for my livelihood and my family's security, but for the families of the 35 people working at the company. So I decided to take action by hiring a friend of mine, Dan. Dan spent his career building sales processes, systems, and teams. I've learned a ton working with him over the years. One lesson in particular became a major breakthrough. It was about growing your business with flywheels, a concept that's especially important for businesses selling high-ticket services with long sales cycles built on trust and credibility. The monkey's paw. Have you ever seen a massive ship docking in harbor? Along the bow of the ship are long, heavy ropes. To secure the ship in place, the ropes are anchored around the cleats along the dock. The challenge is that the ropes are too heavy and far from the dock for the crew to easily fasten them. Instead, someone from the ship starts the process by throwing down a small, lightweight rope. At the end of that rope is a ball about the size of a hand, just the perfect weight and size to toss down to the docks. It's referred to as a monkey's paw. The metaphor is an important, well-known concept in the sales industry. But for your typical business owner, like me, without formal sales experience, it was completely off my radar. In business, your monkey's paw is an entry-level product or service that begins a relationship with your customer. It's relatively inexpensive, easy for you to deliver, and establishes trust between you and your customer. Another friend refers to this as a wedge, a product or service offered that holds the door open, in other words, your customer's attention, while you demonstrate your unique value proposition, otherwise known as UVP. Do this right and you'll earn the trust of your customers. And with trust comes an overall increase in sales, as well as an increase in sales of your premium offerings. If SaaS can do it, we see the wedge strategy deployed throughout the SaaS industry. Think about most of the software you're paying for right now. You probably started with a freemium or lightweight version or free trial. Take the platform Beehive that I use to host my newsletter. They created a wedge by allowing me a 14-day free trial on their premium version called Scale. By the time the trial ended, their premium features were so good that I decided to pay for continued access. This journey is what we've come to expect with SaaS products. But if it's proven to be effective in SaaS, why do so few service companies effectively leverage this model? If you're like me in 2017, it's simply because nobody ever showed us how, and we never thought to ask. What follows is a story and simple framework for creating your business wedge. Discovering my company's wedge. To help you discover a wedge for your business, let me first show you how I developed one for my consulting business, New Haircut. In 2015, New Haircut's core offering was app development services. Startups and technology companies hired us to build their web and mobile apps. Since app development services are a red or crowded ocean, it was hard for us to stand out and therefore hard to sell. Most of our contracts were 6 to 12 months long with six-figure budgets. Not only is that a sizable investment for our customer, but the time to value is lengthy. In other words, our customers would have to wait to receive a return on their investment for 6 or more months. We needed an offer that would showcase our unique expertise, de-risk our customer's investment, deliver customer value more quickly, speed up our long sales cycles, and improve our cash flow. The wedge product that solved these joint New Haircut / customer problems was a design sprint. A design sprint is a product discovery framework for rapid prototyping and validation of app concepts. The perfect pre-step to use before committing many months and dollars to building your app. The design sprint became an ideal method for achieving the validation our customers needed without having to spend a lot of money or waiting a long time for research. Pricing design sprints. We sold our first design sprint for $5,000. After expenses, we wound up losing about $5,000. However, with the success of that sprint, we earned a $112,000 contract to design, build, and launch our customer's technology platform. In other words, our premium services. Our design sprint was sold as a loss leader, a pricing strategy where you sell something without profit in order to evoke a larger sale. I wish I could say that strategy was intentional. In reality, we simply had no idea how to price our first sprints. We also wanted to make sure we were truly delivering unmatched value for the investment. Sprints started our growth flywheel. Design sprints were the perfect wedge product because they simultaneously solved big problems for our customer and for us. For our customers, design sprints decreased time of market research from 12 plus months to 2 weeks, decreased cost of market research from upwards of $50,000 to $5,000, provided market validation that de-risked their investment. And for New Haircut, our design sprints upsold our premium tech services and shortened our sales cycle, thereby improving our cash flow. Prior to that first sprint, I had spent 14 months trying to win that customer's business. Once I presented the design sprint, we had an approved contract within 3 days. That's a 140x increase in speed to booked revenue. In time, our design sprints became our premium offer, and so we developed new wedge products to sell more design sprints. As we did, we assembled our growth flywheel. Growth flywheels organize your products and or services in such a way that the successful outcome, delivery, or experience of one product propels you to the next available product in the flywheel. As customers move through your product ecosystem, starting with your wedge products, trust increases, momentum builds, and more customers enter your flywheel. As your audience grows, more people talk about your products, spinning your flywheel faster. The virality of your self-perpetuating growth loop increases profits. As you reinvest those profits to improve your products and possibly lower prices, you increase flywheel momentum, and so on. Here's what New Haircut's flywheel looks like today. There's a quick picture of that in the post. And I'll step you through that. Our blog at the top of our flywheel, that's one of our wedge products. Our blog brings new influencer customers into our flywheel. It delivers free, valuable content on topics related to our core services. Each blog article points to one of our free mini courses. The courses equip our influencer customer to learn the content at a deeper level. When they're ready to practice what they're learning, our influencer customer pays a few $100s for access to our toolkits. The toolkits provide practical tools and templates for the influencer customer to take action on their own. In other words, do it yourself, or DIY. By enabling DIY wins for our influencer customer, they then recommend us to their boss, our VP customer, who purchases our high-ticket training and higher-ticket sprints. Our VP customer then recommends us to their peers, who direct their teams to our blogs, courses, and toolkits, and the cycle repeats. By the way, in a future post, I'll provide you with a full playbook on understanding and building flywheels. Stay tuned. Now that you've gotten a look at our wedge and flywheel, it's time to discover the right wedge for your business. Finding your wedge. That kind of sounds dirty. To discover your wedge, we'll walk backward from the premium products you're trying to sell more of today. For simplicity, I'm using the term products to capture both products and services. Remember, the right wedge will be easy for your customer to buy. It's obvious and quick value. Be easy for you to deliver and naturally boost sales of your premium products. The wedge discovery framework. To help you suss out your wedge in a simple visualized approach, I created the wedge discovery framework. I actually literally created it while I was researching and writing this post. I hope you love it. For Miro users, Miro is a digital collaboration whiteboard. There's also Mural. But if you're a Miro user, there is a framework available as a digital template. You can click the button in the post and get access to that for free. After clicking the button above, there's some steps in there to help you access that file and get it into your Miro account. Or there's a PDF format you can print out and fill in. Both Miro and PDF versions include an intuitive example to serve as a helpful guide. For a simpler format, and while you're listening here today, jot down your answers to the following questions. In other words, so you're going to walk through, when you're ready to do this, use the framework, you're going to walk through these 9 questions. And that's going to bring you to your wedge. 1, what are our premium products? 2, of those products, which one has delivered reported value to your ICP, your ideal customer profile? In other words, which of those have your customer, kind of raved over that the value is great? 3, which of those from question number 2 generate real company profits? Then question 4, which of those from number 3 is/are challenging to sell? In other words, requires a high degree of trust and time. What you're going to do is pick one. Once you've gone through those 3 filters, you're going to pick one to move forward with. Move to question 5. So for that product that you chose, what problem does that product solve for the customer? Question 6, what are the first or most important steps our customer needs to take to become committed to solving that problem? Question 7, which step could we simply and reliably solve for them? Question 8, what is the simplest solution to that step? And you have a couple options here. You can come up with solutions that your customers do themselves, so DIY, or solutions that you do for them. The trick is to come up with the solutions. The DIY solutions you should price somewhere between $500 and $1,000, or let's just say less than $1,000. And for the done for you or done with you solution that you come up with, come up with a solution that you can price between $1,000 and $2,500. And finally, question 9, based on those DIY and done for you solutions you came up with, what is the wedge solution that you want to move forward with? Pricing your wedge. Choose a solution you can charge $500 to $25 for and not lose your shirt on in the process. And that's a US colloquialism for don't price it too low that you're well below cost. The offer should be perceived as great value for the money, or as Alex Hormozi puts it, make them an offer so great they'll feel stupid saying no. By conducting a nominal transaction, you've now psychologically helped your customer cross a subconscious moat. Behavioral economists refer to the initial resistance of departing with your money as the pain of paying. Your wedge product is the drawbridge that allows them to pass over the moat and easily enter your empire. And finally, what to do with your wedge. Once you have your wedge, redirect your sales outreach and marketing messages to point to it. As my friend Dan summarizes it, you now have a real valuable reason to reach out. You've developed a quick and obvious path for your customer to reach perceived value. In doing so, you've brought your customer one step closer to solving their larger looming problem that your premium offer is designed to solve. Now, this isn't about duping them. Okay, so if that's coming up for you as like a, you're getting all like spiky and the hair is raising on the back of your neck, you can calm down, because in reality, your customer is fully aware of their thorny problems. What you did in creating this wedge product is you help them achieve part of the solution quickly and without breaking their bank. Next, once they're ready to commit to solving that bigger problem, your company is seen as a trusted, reliable provider. So, what do you think? Is a wedge something that you're keen on trying? Please reply. Let me know what ideas and questions come up. I'd also appreciate if you can help me share the newsletter, but only if you really genuinely appreciate the content that I'm creating for you. Leave a rating on today's post. It gives me good feedback that I can use to improve future posts. And hello to Felicia, Scott, Samantha, and I think actually a few more people signed up. Oops. 4 more founders who have joined Passive Profits this week. Welcome. By the way, every Friday, except tomorrow, except this coming Friday, I host free office hours to talk about your digital product ideas, answer questions, give you some coaching and advice. It's all free. Join an upcoming one. There's a link in the post. I'd love to see you there. Okay. Thanks for reading and listening today. I will see you in an upcoming post. Take care.